Hello, Captains! Hope you all are having a wonderful day out there. Well, I am back in Star Trek Online to cover more Victory is Life expansion stuff. In the previous video, I played the Swarm, which is the new STF or PvEQ for Victory is Life. I played it on normal, had quite fun in that one. I will be playing it on Advanced next week. I will make a video of it on Advanced. I just want to get all my gear leveled up a little bit more on my ship to Mark 15 before I do that, but that will come next week. And continuing our coverage of the new stuff you can do in Victory is Life, I am now going to play the Battlezone, the new Gamma Quadrant Battlezone that has been put into this game, and it takes place solely in the Gamma Quadrant. There is no other way to access it except going physically to the Gamma Quadrant in this game. So for example, if you pull up the PvEQ system, if you look all over this thing, you will not find any signs of it here. That's because it doesn't exist here. It exists only in the Gamma Quadrant. You have to fly there, and you have to do it. So if you are wondering how to get to that, or where it's at, or why it's not listed in the PvEQs, it's because it's a whole different kind of thing. So that's what we're going to do today. Before I hop in and do it, let me just go over a couple of things first. First, my ship real quick, so you know what I'm flying. I am on my character, Ensign Ricky. Been a long time since we've used him, but I'm going to be using him for all of my coverage of Victory is Life. I thought that would be a lot of fun to bring him back. I have actually done a lot of work on him, work I had forgotten I had done, and by that I mean grinding, getting stuff, leveled up on him in terms of specializations and Admiralty stuff and, just gear and other things. I actually have got him to a very good point. Does he have everything? Absolutely not. In fact, I don't even have all the missions played, I think. But I do have quite a bit of stuff on him, and as you can see, he is level 65 now. So we are max level in the game, the new max level 65. So everything I do with him from here on out will be at this new level of skill. In addition, because this is Deep Space Nine oriented, I will be using the Defiant class starship as my ship of choice for Victory is Life stuff. I just felt that it feels very thematic to this whole thing. Now, this is not a Tier 6 Defiant. This is a Tier 5U. This is in fact the Tier 5 retrofit C-Store ship. Not the refit, which is the Tier 4, but this is the Tier 5 retrofit. And then I have upgraded in addition to that to Tier 5U, and all the masteries are done on it. So it is right below a Tier 6 ship. And it's actually very powerful. It's got a very powerful build on it, and I'm having a lot of fun with this ship. No complaints. I don't even feel like I need a Tier 6 ship, honestly. It's powerful enough. And it does have the cloaking device, because I did take the cloaking device off of the Tier 4 Defiant and put it on the Tier 5 one. So I do have the cloaking device, and I also have this intrusive energy redirection thing on here as well. PBAOE weapon and auxiliary energy siphon and bonus energy weapon damage. And that comes from something on this ship that it comes with. And then in addition to all of that, I have the phaser quad cannons from the Tier 4 Defiant. I also put that on this. So I've got the Tier 4 cloaking and phaser quad cannons. Now, the reason why I wanted that is to keep it, again, thematic with the TV show, because the TV show had the quad phaser cannons that it fired, which was really awesome. And in the TV show, it actually does have beam weapons. And so I do have a combination of dual heavy cannons, quad cannons, and then 360-degree beams in the back. I've got a kinetic cutting beam, omnidirectional phaser, and trilithium enhanced omnidirectional phaser. So these are 360. So that means when I fire forward with all of my cannons, these beams are also firing forward at the enemy too. So I can fire just how I like to fire with ships, and that's forward firing, and all my weapons are hitting the targets. And I have a mix of fire at will, and cannon scatter volley, and torpedo spread. That's very important with the whole Hur'q stuff, the swarms and stuff. You need a lot of AoE damage to do what I'm about to do in this battle zone. A lot of AoE damage. And that seems to be the thing with the Hur'q, is anything that's AoE, area of effect, is definitely preferred. You know, fire at will, scatter volley, torpedo spread, those things are going to be real beneficial. So that's what I have on this ship. I have all those things. And I even have tier 3. I've got tier 3 fire at will. I've got tier 3 rapid fire. I got tier 2 scatter volley and tier 2 spread 2. I've also got chemosite laced weaponry just to give it a little more punch. But overall, this thing is going to be doing a lot of damage anyway. I've got Mark 15 epic phaser consoles here, and this one also boosts phaser damage as well. So I should be doing a lot of damage with this thing. Not everything is Mark 15 level yet. You'll see I'm still working on leveling up these cannons, and this one here. These are not epic yet, nor are they max level. This one's max level. These two are not. And I've also been modifying the modifiers. So I've got damage and pin on both of these right here, and then damage times 3 on that. But more upgrades to make, so you know, over time. Also, I've got a quantum torpedo. Again, the Defiant is all about that quantum torpedoes that it can fire, as well as the quad cannons. So I wanted to keep it very thematic to the TV show as we do these things moving forward, and I just think that this ship build is very close to that. It's a combination of beams and cannons, and then it's got all the masteries unlocked. Even though it's not the tier 6 ship, it's tier 5U, and it is still very powerful. And as you can see, it is the USS Cisco's Pimp Hand. It is a very powerful ship. So that's what we'll be flying for the battle zone today. Now, let's get into the battle zone. What do you need to know about the battle zone going in? Number one, I have played one round of it. I did that before recording so that I could bring you some kind of useful information about the battle zone. Otherwise, I'd just be going in blind, and what kind of video would that be? It wouldn't be very informative. So I wanted to be able to bring you some kind of information that would help you play the battle zone. So I played one round of it. The first thing I have to say is the mechanics of it are very easy, and it's an easy thing to get used to and follow. But number two, it's extremely lengthy, especially if you are starting at the very beginning and you have to work your way all the way to the point where you take out do the final battle. You get like 14 or 15 minutes for the final battle, and to get to that point can take a very long time depending on how many people are playing in the zone, because if there's not a lot of people playing it, there's 3 different categories you have to get to 100%, and if there's not a lot of people playing it, you can end up sitting in the Gamma Quadrant for hours before you actually get to the end battle, which kind of sucks. So we need a lot of people in there playing it. Otherwise, it starts to get boring because you're just waiting and not doing anything. Now, you can repeat each section of it, 1, 2, and 3. You can repeat each one over and over again, but that just gets boring too. And so you just keep doing that until you get to 100% on each one, and then the final battle occurs. And you can repeat that as many times as you want to if you're successful with it. I have not yet been successful with the final battle. What else? AoE, very important with it. What you're targeting and what you have to do, also very important. There's these crystal asteroids you have to destroy, capture, and use that weaponry against the cocoons that are surrounding the Hur'q ships. That's important. That'll help you wear them down and blow them up real quickly. Each section can actually go pretty fast. I mean, you can get it done in a few minutes if everybody coordinates and does what they're supposed to do, and you end up repeating it over and over again, each section, until you get to the final battle. If you're in a zone and it's slow and nothing's moving much, I guess you can switch instances until you find one that is. But what we're going to do today is exactly that. I'm going to play one round of each category and then wait till we get to the final battle and do a round of that. I'm not going to repeat. I'm not going to show repeat over and over and over playthroughs of it, because that would just be pointless. But I can at least show you one playthrough of each category and then the final battle. And that's probably going to be the best way to demonstrate it. So, first thing you want to do is go to DS9. And then from DS9, we're going to warp out into sector space. This is just the quickest way to get there. You can, of course, manually fly to DS9 as well, and you'll be in sector space. And then you do take wormhole to Gamma Quadrant. First thing you want to look at is to see what kind of battle zone alert you're in. This zone is in the final assault, and there's only 1.5 minutes left of the final assault. So they're at the very end of this. So there's no point for me right now to go into this, because they're at the very end and I've missed everything. When I hit M for map, you get this little thing here that pops up. This is very important. This shows you what phase it's in, obviously, and your progression across the phases. As you do more phases and do more things, you get these tiers that unlock. These tiers are just reward tiers. They give you more stuff. So the more you grind this, you'll notice that these boxes will unlock as you go through. And then finally, if you get to the very end one, which means you've been here for like the entire thing, you can end up getting a lot of dilithium and gamma marks and germanium carapaces, all that stuff. But it does take a lot of time. So right now, you'll see that sector space in the Gamma Quadrant is blank. And that's because we're in the final invasion. So there's nothing we can do. There's no place to go to. Doesn't matter where you are in the Gamma Quadrant. You would just hit final assault, and what it does is it loads you into a queue instance. So it's not as smooth a transition as I thought it would be. It's not like you just go somewhere in the galaxy, warp there, and then it takes you there. No, it has to load up a queue instance. So pretty much it's the same old queue system. Okay, now what's happening is they have just finished that. It's all over, and now the battle zone's going to reset in 2 minutes. So in 2 minutes, the whole thing will reset. And what you're going to see pop up is all 3 of the challenges will be available, and they'll be colored. And you'll be able to go to a specific quadrant of sector space, or a specific sector of sector space. And in that sector, you will find one of those things that you have to do. And there's 3 of them. There's 3, I guess you would call them challenges. There's 3 different challenges. And you go and you choose which challenge you want to do. You don't even have to do all of them. You can just do one of them and stay in there and just do that one. Or you can go around and do all 3. Or you don't even have to do any of them. You could wait to the very final battle zone. But the point is, if you did that, your rewards would not be as high. The point is doing the 3 challenges over and over again until the final battle increases your rewards. It's like the more time you spend doing the challenges and doing the final battle, then the more rewards you get. So it's time, more time spent equals more rewards. If you come in here and just do one battle, one thing, whatever, then your rewards will be very small, and it may not seem very much worth it at that point. So if you have a lot of time on your hands, that's where this is going to be more beneficial to earning those gamma marks and those carapaces. So time spent equals more rewards. So this is going to reset here in just a second. And it should be resetting. There it goes. Okay, now this is what you want to see. When you come in here, this is what you want to see. What you find here are the 3 challenges, and they're starting to pop up. There they are on the map now. So first of all, there's 3 different menus to look at. Hit M for menu, and this will bring up everything. These are the 3 challenges: Planetary Assault, Sinister Gathering, and Break the Circle. Each of these 3 challenges have to reach, all 3 of them have to reach 100% before this final battle, which is indicated by this little icon here, is reached. So you can see here, Planetary Assault has to be 100, Sinister Gathering has to be 100, Break the Circle has to be 100, and then once all 3 in this instance, we're in instance 1 right now, or no, we're in sector space, but we are in a separate instance. I guess we are in instance 1. In this instance right now, when all 3 have reached 100, then this little icon here will pop up, and you will see that it was on my left screen when we came in, and it allows you to click it and join that final battle. So there's basically 4 challenges, 4 total challenges. These 3, and then the final battle. Now the thing about it is, like I said, these can end up going pretty quick. So you finish one, then you can do it again, and 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 again. Or you can go to another one. And then, when it all reaches 100, boom, you can do the final battle, and you can repeat that as well. And then, again, you've got the bonus rewards down here. See, all of them are opened up to me now, because now this is counting all 3 of these challenges, not just the final battle. So, like the first reward you would hit is 90 dilithium and 5 gamma marks, 17 gamma marks. So you can see if you just did one battle, you're only going to get 5 gamma marks. It's not really worth it. So you really want to stay for several of them. 40, like at least 3, get up to level 3 here, because that would get you 40 gamma marks. And you need 30 to do, you know, the reputation. So at least get to level 3 here if you want to make a difference or an impact on something. But if you keep going, there's 67 gamma marks, there's 100 gamma marks, 137, and if you stay for the whole thing, 180 gamma marks, and a lot of dilithium too. So again, it's just all about that time spent. And then the map shows you which block they are in. You have to fly to that block for it to pop up. So Planetary Assault is way up here. I'd have to fly into this block, and then I could do Planetary Assault. Sinister Gathering, it's green. I'd have to fly to this block, and then I could do it. And then Break the Circle is red. I have to fly to it to do it. And so that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do each one of these. I may only do one run-through of each one, though. And then at that point, I'm just going to wait until the entire sector is complete, and we're at the final battle, and then I'll come back and record the final battle. So, let's start with blue. Let's just start at the top. Planetary Assault. We need to get to this blue block way up here. We will slipstream up there. Now, there's no telling how many people are actually playing Planetary Assault right now. I've got no idea. And it won't even tell you when you get in there. You just basically queue up for the queue and then hope that it loads at some point. And the loading can take a long time if there's not anybody playing it. That's the sucky part here. You could end up sitting in here for a long time waiting. Okay, so I'm in the blue now. And you will see that it has popped up. Battlezone alert, Planetary Assault. I can now launch Planetary Assault and do that challenge, because I'm in that space. But again, I got no idea how many other people are playing it, so it's just luck of the draw. I'll queue up for it. It puts you in the instance. Okay, there are people playing it, so it put me right in. That was great. But sometimes you may sit there for a very long time waiting for that to pop up. And actually, this is almost done. This is like in progress. I hate it. And there's only 2 people. Okay, there's like barely anybody even playing in here. It's not really worth it. So what I'm going to do is I'll finish this with them or fail it, or either way. And then I will record it again from the beginning. And that will show you that you can repeat these anyway. And again, AoE, very important. for this stuff. See how having beams can really help here? Having a lot of beams or like spread stuff. Okay, this is going wild right now.
A Hur'q capital ship has joined the fight. Destroy it!
Now here, the goal of this is to defend the orbital habitats. There's 3 of them, and you basically just defend them. Somebody else has joined us, but they're coming in this real late. There's only 1 minute 20 seconds. These are very short. These each of these challenges are very short. I want to find that capital ship. See if we can take it out. Where it be?
We only have 1 minute left!
I don't know where the capital ship is at. Oh, it's over here. No, it's not over there. Well, I don't know where it's at.
The habitat is badly damaged.
But anyway, this is going terrible. Maybe that's the capital ship. Well, time's up and we lost. So, that's terrible. Okay, that was a terrible run. But, look, I got 78 gamma marks anyway.
The Hur'q waves have stopped. Jem'Hadar ground forces will clean up any stragglers below.
Saved 3 habitats, marks earned 10, only earned 10 from that. So, here's what I've learned from this. It can put you in an instance where there's only like 2 people. You saw that. There were only 2 people when it put me in that instance, which is terrible. It put me in an already running Planetary Assault. That was terrible. I'm going to join another one. This shows you that you can just keep joining one after another. You finish one, you can do it again and again and again and again. But yeah, it can put you in an instance where there's like just a couple of people or one person and it's already in progress and you're failing. It can put you in that position, and I hate that. I don't want to start at in a failing challenge, but it can do that, and you can end up failing it. But even if you fail it, progress is still made. See, look at this. I made it to 5 gamma marks and 90 dilithium tier 1 rewards. So even if you fail it, don't worry about it, because you're still going to progress in the system, and we're just a little bit up to 100%. But now you can see I've joined the queue for another Planetary Assault, and it's taking now a long time to pop up. And I have done this, and the first time I did this, once I sat there for a very long time before it launched. Right now there seems to be a lot of people in here.
Long-range sensors have detected...
Okay, here's a complete one. Here's a complete one. So this one has not started yet. This is a planetary defense that has not started yet. And you get the briefing, you get the 30 seconds for this briefing, you can
long-range sensors
read about
have detected a massive swarm
right there. But the goal is simply there's 3 stations and you have to protect them from the Hur'q. It's that simple, and it only lasts about 3 minutes. It's very short. Very short. And we have a full team. I don't know why they're so far away though. Look at that. They're way over there. See, look what it did. It put me in between. It put me far away from everybody. It's stupid. So kind of weird, but okay, now it started. You get 5 minutes, so it lasts 5 minutes. That's really short. That's really short. So this is not a long challenge. can't even see what's going on. I'm just blinded by the swarm. Fire. Immune. Not for long. Yes, and that's how you take care of that. I seem to be the only one at this station protecting it. See, here's this one. See, there's some people, there's one person over there. And look, everybody's grouped over here. So that's another thing to watch out for, is watch where everybody's grouped at. Because there might be people nowhere near you, and you might be the only one protecting one of these things like I am right now. And I'm caught in a tractor beam. I mean, this is an intense battle, folks. I mean, look how many I'm surrounded by. Let's look at this. It's just nuts. I can't even see what's going on because my ship is glowing so brightly with effects and debuffs and everything happening to it at once. I can't even see what's going on.
A Hur'q capital ship has joined the fight.
I think I'm killing ships, so that's a good thing. I would like to find where the capital ship is at there and destroy it. But I would have to abandon this post. But for the sake of the video, let's see if we can find the capital ship so that you guys can at least see what that's all about. I'm thinking it might be over here where this arrow is pointing. Maybe not. Look at all these. There's no way I can defeat all of these by myself. Well, I don't know where the heck the capital ship is at. Oh, there it is. It's way in the back. It hides way back there. Okay. We got 1 minute. Let's see if we can do any damage to it.
We only have a minute left.
Well, the answer to that is yes. We can totally do that. Had one other person helping me there, and that was good. And we managed to destroy it. So I got the Hur'q capital ship. Yay for that. But there's just so many of these Hur'qs. Isn't that crazy? And it's done again. Take my marks. I got 12 gamma
The
marks.
waves have stopped. Gem and our ground forces will clean up.
So that's it. That is Planetary Assault. The concept and the mechanics are very easy. Just protect the 3 stations, satellites, take out the capital ship.
The Hur'q waves have stopped. Gem and our
Orbital
ground forces
habitat
will
save
clean up
3,
any
marks
stragglers
earned
below.
10. The concept is easy. You're just really overwhelmed by the Hur'q. And you need a lot of AoE, a lot of fire at will, a lot of scatter volley, whatever, a lot of torpedo spread. I mean, you just need that up the wazoo. So you can see how these are already progressing. A lot of people are doing Break the Circle right now, and it's already halfway to 100%. Before that gets to 100%, let's go ahead and do Break the Circle, and then we'll do Sinister Gathering last. So you can see that that challenge, Planetary Assault's pretty easy. You just get overwhelmed, and people tend to stay in those groups sometimes around one satellite, and they don't spread out to the other satellites. So keep an eye on that. If you see one of the habitats or whatever, you know, not being defended, then you go over there and defend it. You'll probably be the only one. And that's, of course, because this is just an it's an open pug. It's open everything. People are not really going to follow the rules. They're just going to do whatever they want to do. So you got to be vigilant and watch and see what's going on. And when we get into the red one, this one's called Break the Circle. It's really not that difficult, although it might seem so at first. Basically, I'm trying to think what this one is. I'll remind myself when I get in. I forgot. Remember, I've only done these once. So, I'm trying to remember what it is. We'll see when we get in there. Let's see where we are here. Haven't got up to Tier 2 yet. Okay, now we can do Break the Circle. So let's do that. See what kind of instance it puts me in. Remember, it could put us in one that's already, you know, in action, or it can put us in one at the beginning of it. Who knows? But as you can see, Planetary Assault was 5 minutes long. So these are really short. And by being short, it allows you to replay them over and over and over again before you get to the final battle. So it's a lot of grinding, 100% grinding, no doubt about that. It's just might as well call this the battle zone of the grind. And it's taken a while. There it finally pops. And even once you click accept, you could sit here for a long time waiting for it to go in. This is what happens to me more frequently, is just sitting here, even after I click accept, just sitting here for minutes before it loads into something. Very frustrating.
A Hur'q Dreadnought is being protected by circling Hur'q swarms. Punch through the swarms in order to target the Dreadnought and attack it. Be advised, when you attack a swarm, it will turn its attention to your ship. Try to concentrate your fire and pick off swarms so you can get an opening on the Dreadnought.
This one's straightforward. So we are at the beginning of one. We'll see how long it takes here in a second. There's going to be a Dreadnought, which is over here. It's protected by Hur'q swarms. All we have to do is literally punch through the swarms and take out the capital ship. And this one can go really fast because it's really not that difficult. Got 5 minutes. I mean, look at that. I'm already... what they're gonna do is they're gonna start pushing you with their tractor beams, but I can still target the capital ship, so it ain't difficult. Push me out of my bubble. I mean, the whole point of this is to push through the swarms. But obviously you can see how crazy the swarms are. So but I'm still firing on it. It's just very difficult to do it. See if I can come at it from underneath. %, there. 3 minutes left. Basically a lot of DPS here. Throw a lot of DPS at it and we've almost got it destroyed. Done.
That's one less Dreadnought to worry about.
So you can see that just took a few minutes there. 12 gamma marks. Marks earned 10. I think I must have a bonus going on. Yeah, I've got bonus marks. Yeah, I've got bonus reputation marks. So I earned 10 marks, but because of my bonus, I earned 12. That's why it was showing 12. But yeah, basically I would have earned 10 there without the bonus. So this one's real easy. Breaking the circle is extremely easy. Lasts a couple of minutes and you're done.
Excellent work.
And now I could go do it again if I wanted. And actually, it's very close to 100% on that one. Let's see where my progress is. I've now reached Tier 2. So I get the following: 315 dilithium ore, 17 gamma marks. Let's go do Sinister Gathering. Fly into the green one. Now this one's just a tad bit more difficult. And the reason why is we have to take out a capital ship again, but this time it's surrounded by a cocoon. And you have to destroy asteroids to create this crystalline weapon to fire at the cocoon and take it out before you can take the capital ship out. So it's just a little more involved, but it is possible to do. So now we're in the green one. Let's do Sinister Gathering. So as you can see, both of these so far, those two have been 5 minutes long, but we got Break the Circle done in quicker than 5 minutes. Now we'll see what Sinister Gathering is. And this is the part here that's the worst, is just sitting here waiting for it to join a queue. That's the hardest part. I have started my Gamma stuff, so working on that reputation. 5 hours before I can turn that in. Yep, so Break the Circle is almost near 100%, so that's getting close to being done. I guess a lot of people like that one probably the most because it's just easy and quick to do. Really quick. Alright, I believe we're at the beginning of this one here.
The Hur'q are swarming the debris in this sector to gather resources. We believe there's a Hur'q flagship in there. Somewhere. We need to find it and destroy it. The Hur'q are reinforcing the flagship with nearly impenetrable crystalline armor. But we can make special torpedoes using the material from the asteroids. The same material the Hur'q are collecting. Use those to damage the flagship.
This is quite simple. A flagship's going to pop up. It's going to be surrounded by a cocoon. These asteroids we destroy with our weapons. Fly around them. Our ship will gather them automatically and turn them into a new weapon that will pop up in your hotbar that you can fire like this. Check this out. You just fly around them and see how it's like twisting and turning all these things around me. There's our new weapon we've got. And now here's the flagship, and all we got to do is fire the weapon at the flagship. need more asteroids. And of course, you're going to have to deal with all the Hur'q everywhere too. There's some asteroids over here I can go collect. All you got to do is fly close to them, and your tractor beams pull them into you and create them. Real simple. It's already down to 22%. Again, everything's so bright and bouncy, you can hardly see what's going on. And it's done. Again, another 10 gamma marks for that. That one did not take long as well.
The destruction of that flagship will slow the Hur'q down in this sector.
And that's Sinister Gathering. So you can see each one of these can go very quickly as long as you do the right thing. If nobody gathered any of those asteroids and created that weapon, then this mission would go on forever and you'd fail it. Sinister Gathering, because you'd never be able to take out the flagship without doing that. So you have to follow the directions. And that's really the only one. Break the Circle is quite easy. Brute Force will win that one. Planetary Assault, Brute Force will win that one as well. Sinister Gathering, you just gotta be a little tactical there with the asteroids. Otherwise, that's the 3 challenges. That's what's required. Break the Circle is completed. So that is completed and done. We just need to get Sinister Gathering completed, and then Planetary Assault, and then we can do the final battle. And you'll see Break the Circle disappeared. You can no longer do it. So once you finish one, people will start collecting toward one or the other more toward the end. So they will eventually get done. In the beginning, everyone's so spread out between the 3. But toward the end, everyone comes together. More anyway. But you can see that if there were not a lot of people, playing this, then this could go very slowly, and this could take hours. But with a lot of people playing it, which seems to be the case right now anyway, this seems to be moving along. Planetary Assault's going kind of slow. I might go back and do another one right now just to kind of help speed it up. Because I want to get to the final battle to show you the final battle. So, let me know in the comments what you think of this whole Battlezone idea and the combat and everything in it. I really, really find the Hur'q annoying. Their swarm is just unbelievably hard to fight against. Now, I'm in a little old Defiant here, and I'm not taking as much damage as I thought I would, so I guess they don't do a ton of damage overall. They're just so annoying. And I also find being in something maneuverable helps as well. But I guess if you had just a big old tank of a ship that didn't move much, just as long as you have like all beams and just constantly firing off fire at will, I guess that would work. Or a carrier, these battles would be good with a carrier too. Send off a lot of fighters and stuff. I might have to try that in the future. Try all this stuff with a carrier ship. Obviously, I guess a Jem'Hadar carrier would be fun. I guess eventually I'll get there once I start leveling up a Jem'Hadar. So yeah, I guess I'll get there. Let's do another planetary assault, just so I can help him move this along. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and stop the recording anyway until we get to the final battle, because this may take a while to get there. So I'm going to go ahead and, because I've already shown one of each, so I'm going to pause the video, and then when we get to the final battle, when that is ready, I will resume recording, and you can see all the battles that way. So stand by. Okay, I am back, everybody. So all 3 of the challenges just completed. They all hit 100%, and this started at 15 minutes to do the final battle, final assault. And so apparently the rewards for the challenges are separate from the rewards for the final battle. So that rewards that you saw I was moving up on for the challenges, I never got to the 3rd tier. But that has now changed, and now this is empty, and this shows rewards for the final battle. So the reward system is separate between the 3 challenges and the final battle. That's just an interesting note there for that. But now we can begin the final battle. Now here's the thing about this battle. It is repeatable just like the other challenges. It could go quickly if you were successful. I have yet to be successful. I played it several times the first time around. And we failed. Every time I played it, our team failed. So we were not successful. And I was doing my best to collect the asteroids to take out the cocoon, but never was successful. The swarms kept killing me, or they kept intercepting the weapons you have to do. But basically, this is a combination of all the other challenges. You got a cocooned capital ship to take out with the asteroids that you got to create weapons for, but at the same time, you've got swarms protecting it.
Bad news. The swarm is assaulting Impersa, the homeworld of the Founders. Hur'q are trying to land an attack. While in orbit, their mothership is protected by an impenetrable crystal. To defeat the mothership, we must punch through its defenders and destroy it with seeker bombs made of the same crystal. Do what you can to prevent planetary landings and create an opening to make bombing runs on the mothership. If Impersa falls, the Dominion falls as well.
Now, I asked some people in Zone Chat how to do this the best, and they recommended taking out the collectors first. Apparently, the swarm are also collecting asteroids, and if you can take them out, that will help. They won't be able to heal the mothership. So you have to somehow do that, and I don't know who the collectors are. I don't know what they're called. They said look for something with a yellow icon on them. I see nothing with a yellow icon. I don't know who the collectors are, but apparently, I mean, if we can just destroy this thing, that's what you do. Ow. Hard to do when you're being pushed away like that, so somebody can heal it. I just don't know which ships are the ones that are healing it. Oh, I popped that in the wrong place. Oh, well. So yeah, again, I don't know who the collectors are. I mean, they're not marked. You got swarm ships. I don't know. I think I might have saw one just now, but it's hard. They go real fast. It's hard to tell. Have I told you how much I hate tractor beam repulsor? Oh man. Down to 53. Yeah, let's get some pirates out here. Down to 50. My asteroids.
Hull integrity below 50%.
Down to 47. Only got 1 minute left. Ain't gonna make it. See, that's the problem. Is you've also got a time limit. Being healed. See, it's being healed by something. What? I don't know, but it's being healed. It's up to it's back up to 60%. We're gonna fail this. Only got 20 seconds. I don't see anybody else doing anything. I don't know what the hell is going on. Okay, I saw one of those. Oh, there's the collector. Collector, I see it. Okay, those ships. Those ships are the ones you have to stop. Because those are the ones that are healing it, but we're going to fail it anyway.
We've done all we can. And diverting Jem'Hadar forces.
Congratulations.
Let's hope they arrive before Incursive is a devastated husk of the planet.
Okay, so obviously you can see that we did get a carapace, though. We did get one of those carapaces. Yeah, we got a germanium carapace fragment, so we do get one of those anyway. But we failed this, obviously. So even if you fail it, you still get one of those carapaces. So I guess you do win after all. But you can see that this final battle is very difficult now. There's still time to repeat it over and over again. And what it looks like is you need to take out the collectors because they heal the mothership. And at the same time, you got to get asteroids and make weapons out of them. And at the same time, punch a hole through the swarm. And then you got to fire at the capital ship and make bombing runs at it. It's a lot to come together at once, especially for a pug. You know, everybody, this is a free-for-all kind of pug thing where just everybody is in here and they may not be following the rules, and they might not know what to do. Those words came out wrong. Those words came out backwards. They may not know what to do, and therefore, people are playing this and just willy-nilly just fighting the Hur'q, and not really concentrating on what they need to be doing, which is collecting the asteroids, defeating the collectors, and trying to destroy the mothership. They're obviously it looked like I was the only one trying to do that. Everyone else was spread out, taking out the swarm or whatever, but which made an opening for me, but that's it. So yeah, this can be difficult, and so far I have not been successful with it. But at least you get that carapace. Let's play it one more time. Just because maybe I'm going to look for those collectors a little bit better now, because somebody said in Zone the other day that that's the key to this. The collectors heal the ship, so if you can destroy them, they can't heal it. And then that allows you to destroy it. It's just hard finding them because they're tiny, tiny little things, right? It's hard to see them. No, my asteroids. He stole my asteroids. He stole my asteroids. That son of a gun stole my asteroids. Asteroid stealer. Come on now, I did the work for that one. Now I can't get those because they keep pushing me away. There's a collector. I found a collector. I destroyed the collector. I did a thing. But I lost my asteroids. I keep losing my asteroids. Well, that ain't gonna help. I need to go find an asteroid somewhere. Maybe that's the key. Destroy all the asteroids and the collectors can't collect them. That would make a lot of sense, actually. Maybe that is the key to doing this. If you destroy all the asteroid crystals, then there will be nothing for them to collect. No nothing. There'll be no nothing for them to collect. I see them now because they're called Chidyat collectors. Immune. I don't know what makes them immune. They must have a shield or something. Come on, fire on them. Fire, 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 fire. Boy, they're quick. Boy, they're quick. Well, you can see where AoE is definitely needed. Anything AoE here. Holy crap. Let's see if I can fire off my things. Nope. They're going to be intercepted. I wasted that one. I see them. They're just really hard to target because there's so many other Hur'q. There's so many swarms that they're hard to target the collectors. I mean, look at this. Look how many crazy. This is. I can't even maneuver my ship. So many tractor beams. Yeesh. You can only get 3 max. My frame rate, by the way, is like near 40 in the 40 FPS. I didn't realize how much of a frame rate killer this one is. Yeah, again, we've only got 1 minute left. This is nuts. This is too much. Cryptic needs to pull something back on this final battle. This is just too much. If they could do away with the collectors that heal the ship, that would at least give us a chance. They need to pull back on one aspect of this thing. Just one aspect. Because it's just too much. It's holy crap! Look at this! Look at that swarm! Just look at that! Look at that! How are you supposed to deal with that? It never goes away. How in the world? Oh, I'm dead. Thank goodness for miracle workers. Yeah, we failed that.
Diverting gem.
Just look at my screen. Look at my screen. What the heck is going on? Everything in the world's going on. No wonder why we're dead. I got another germanium carapace at least. Carapace at least. Well, that's just nuts, guys. This final battle is nuts. Honestly, the final battle ain't even... Well, okay, I take that back. The final battle is worth it. Because even if you fail it, you get the germanium carapace. And you need those.
In the homeworld of the gods. The
Whatever.
founders have provided additional resources.
You need the carapaces to buy the stuff in the reputation store. You know, you want to buy something here that costs those carapaces. So, okay, it's good for that, because at least even if you fail it, you get one of them. So, hooray for that. Thank you, Cryptic, for at least doing that. But otherwise, I don't see how you can succeed in this thing. My goodness. The swarms are too much, the action is too much, the frame rate goes to crap. The effects are so much you can't see your ship and what it's doing. It's just glowing. There's a big glowing ball in the middle of your screen. You don't know which way you're turned or facing. The collectors are constantly healing the ship and making it impossible to take out. You can't get a good hit on it. Everybody else is doing their own thing, and nobody's coordinated. Nobody's reading what they're supposed to do anyway. No one's going to follow the directions. Who does that? Follow their directions. So you end up having this just mess. Cryptic, you need to rein it in a little bit. You got to understand, playing it in this way with a pug, basically, an open group of just everybody, people are not going to play it the way it's supposed to be played, and they're not going to come together as a team, and they're not going to read the directions. You need to pull back something. Take out the collectors that are healing the ship. Do something to ease this up just a little bit, or take out the swarms. Just do something, because honestly, it's just a little too much. That final battle's a little too much. At least in the Undine final battle, in the Undine Battlezone that you have, that final battle, you don't have to actually, accomplish destroying anything. It's just a big old battle zone. You just destroy as many ships as you can, and that's the end of it. I like that. That's a good ending. The ending to the Undine battle zone is really good, but the final battle to this battle zone is terrible. It just cannot be completed in a pug like this. I don't know. I just find it a little overwhelming, and I'm an avid player of this game, but people are not gonna. This is a casual kind of game, People come and go in this game. People take long breaks in this game. And they're not going to sit through this kind of mess. It's just too messy. Just too messy. And they need something that's a little more casual play style. It needs to be more casual play. And it needs to take into account that in the future, the number of people playing these is going to drop off. Just like everything else in the game, other STFs, other battle zones, the number of players fall off over time. And when there's not enough players playing this new battle zone, well, first of all, it's going to take forever to get to the final battle. But even then, you're not going to be able to complete it very well because there's just not a whole lot of people playing it. So, honestly, this needs to be tweaked a little bit. It needs to be tightened up and a little bit, and it needs to take into account that players are going to fall off over time, and in the ending final battle needs to really be tightened up and honestly just made a little bit easier to complete. Whew. That's my thoughts on it. Again, this is really just the second time I've played this battle zone, so maybe I don't have a good grasp on it, but I mean, if I were a casual player, just playing this game every month, I come in, play for a week, and then go get off and don't play till the next month and that sort of thing, this is not really something I'd spend a lot of time in. It's just too frustrating. So I don't know. I think those kind of things need to be thought about. Anyway, it is what it is for right now, and this is what you get with the new Battlezone. So I earned some marks and stuff, and let's see, what do I have in terms of marks? Where am I up to? I'm up to 351 gamma marks. So I mean, yeah, it's building, but slowly. If you spent all day in this gamma quadrant, I guess it would work. But see how many carapaces I have here. I got 4 carapaces, so I don't know. Those are my thoughts. I'm kind of conflicted on whether I like this one or not. I do like the shortness of each challenge. Each one is 5 minutes long. Some of them can typically be done quicker than that, like Break the Circle was done a lot quicker. I like the challenges, honestly. I don't have anything against the challenges. It's just the final battle is too much. And then also I think maybe it takes a little bit too long to get to 100%. Because, again, player numbers are going to fall off over time. We just know this. This happens all the time. And so getting each one to 100% is going to take a while in the future. And so you got to think about that. So anyway, that's about that's the critiques I have on this right now. But, of course, I'll still be playing a lot more of it. I'm going to try it in, battle cruisers or, I should say, carriers with, ships that I can deploy and that sort of thing. Maybe that helps it more. Maybe. We'll see. That'll be stuff I do in the future. Right now, this is my first general recording playthrough of this whole Battlezone and my thoughts on it. This is what you get in Victory is Life, in addition to the Swarm STF, which I did a video on previously. You can watch that. And you can also check out my intro to the overall Victory is Life expansion. I'll put that in the top right corner. And that will give you information you need on what you can do and play in Victory is Life. And this is just one aspect of that, the Gamma Quadrant Battlezone. So I hope you all enjoyed that. And leave your comments below and let me know what you think of this Battlezone and how Cryptic has done this, and if they've done a good job or a bad job, what they need to fix or tweak, or what you would change. If you could change something in this Battlezone, what would you do? Or if you would leave it alone and you just like it as it is. Let us know in the comments what you think of this entire Battlezone. Brand new Battlezone for Victory is Life. In the future, if I have any more just fun playthroughs of this Battlezone that I do, I will record them. I'm obviously going to try this out with different ships. So if I have a really fun playthrough with a different ship, I may post that in the future just for fun. Otherwise, this is my official look and opinions on the Gamma Quadrant Battlezone. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.